grab your stuffed animal and get comfy.
I always wonder where that actually is on Rio, if I'm honest with you. I was a bit curious yesterday when we were coming out. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't had enough time to browse the map yet, Chance. But yeah, I think, you know, we said straight away when we seen the map picks, it is very much one of those ones where Toronto Ultra are wanting to improve on certain aspects of their game. And, well, they get a good opportunity here against Vegas Legion, at least on Rio, to go up against a team who are doing very, very well on this map. Can they do the same, though, against the consensus best hardpoint team in the game at this moment in time? I think it would be hard to argue against it, but Toronto Ultra have bled on this map already. Things starting to kick off between these two teams. Of course, it will be Vegas Legion on the so-called better side for P2, which will be coming up in 60 seconds or so. But we do have P1 to deal with so far. Purge into the point, can find one, can find the second as well. Decent clear out from Vegas Legion to kick things off.
And that's beautiful as well. And you see you're like maintaining the spawns. It's the quote better side for like the rotation, but it's not the better side to actually get to that initial time first. So an absolute give and take off these opening hills for Rio. But you already have players on Toronto Ultra, number 6 Envoy, working the flank, trying to get that timing right. Vegas watching it. Funnily enough, it's actually Kleenex that takes down his teammate on the pinch. So a lot of time right now still being collected by Vegas. The start they're looking to have. And I know Purge has been the focus point for the team. Strong start, 3-0.
Keeping things rolling. Toronto Ultra will be the first ones here over towards P2, but this break from this side could be tough if Toronto are set up nicely. Connects with their first initial kill, and that will help things out for this defense. That's going to start rolling on through. Big kill coming in from Geo. Pushing towards the back now, and just nice and patient here from Vegas Legion. Nero with one towards the back side. Kleenex just trying to finesse, stay alive, but the wipe comes through. Only scrap momentarily left. The live second shot's not going to be there. It's a nice break from Vegas Legion.
Yeah, it's a necessary break as well. I know if you were watching the Rocker series yesterday, you can be without the back spawns on this hill from the side Ultra's working from and absolutely just spawn kill relentlessly and set yourself up on rotation. So that is absolutely a break that Vegas is going to need to get. And you can see how much attention they're actually placing on the hill. That was basically all 4 players stacked up in a very tight area to make sure you secure it. Trades out and about, completely on point. 20 seconds of scrap going to go their way. And I mean, Vegas, as far as hardpoint goes, this is the best start you could realistically have. Of course, going into P3, it is a money hill. Ultra are there first, but already a couple guys being annoying. Nero working on some potential pinches. Guys like Geo doing the same.
Really good job from Vegas Legion. So far, so good. Showing that 2-0 record is no fluke whatsoever. But Toronto Ultra, very, very happy to be the team that's going to chow them on it. And why wouldn't it be, right? That hardpoint record this season has been absolutely incredible. Some good holding so far over towards this hill. Scrap pissed on my word. Not many people are doing that on this game. Can he find a third here as well with the push that's coming in up towards the stairs? Gets a little bit unfortunate with the stairs just messing around with them. Geo finding this second there onto Envoy 2. So potential break coming in from the bridge side here. Push now to come through. Nero will find one. Attach over the top. Not going to find inside, but he should be taken down pretty quickly. And that is all off the back of a couple of kills coming in from Geo on the other side. Finds 2 to follow it up. 4 spree for him. Vegas Legion are finding these breaks relatively easily, but will have a bit of a fight on their hands for the rotation that's coming in 10.
Absolutely. And the great thing about that break, too, is these are still the spawns you want for the new rotation as well. So Geo, the man that was popping off on this map yesterday on a 4 spree, 10 kills to his name. He is rising to the occasion against the best hardpoint team in the game. Still got to make the break, though. Scrap, think about the pinch. That's a freebie kill for him there. Effectively lining up for him, and why not give him all 3? Making it look easy. The barely shot back. The teamwork always showing off for Ultra.
Movement comes just on point for Toronto Ultra in that scenario to allow Scrap to do what he does best. But, I mean, it's going to count for very, very little. 35 seconds remaining here, and Vegas Legion break on the second time of asking. Attach now just going to lock it down from the bins. Not going to be able to find anything. Good shots coming in from inside, but Purge has got a job to do here. Ultra, it feels like they're bleeding a lot of the time when they are actually finding this rotation. Vegas Legion breaking really, really nicely. Can Ultra answer back in turn with 20 seconds to go? Big fight here between Scrap and Purge. It's going to be for around 15 seconds or so. Envoy was there to help back him up, so they will get those final few seconds. It really does feel like Ultra are picking up literally just the scrap so far. Vegas Legion seems to either be the first ones there or finding a break nice and early, picking up 30, 40 seconds and waltzing their way to the next hill. Good start from them as we head over towards the last hill of this rotation. And once again, Vegas Legion first ones here.
I Ain't always. You seen the kill feed though. A little bit of trades coming through, so Ultra not going to make it easy. Scrap again, pop it up in the feed, but he's there just to get traded out. The battle around the time. 3v7, Nero versus Insight on the minimap. Nero continues to shred with the Rival 9 coming out on top, but it is just like, look, it's a Chow map, and this is a square uphill as well. The first thought about flank coming through for Purge, but right now he's just an annoyance. It's number 5 on the minimap looking for Purge still, but that just means he can reposition, shoot a couple players in the back, dish out some extra damage, and nice decision making there from Purge. Gonna push out the extra mile just a little bit, and for a 50-point lead that they have at the moment, Vegas, they continue. They're just making plays.
Really good player coming in from Vegas Legion. Envoy reads that though. Once again, Toronto Ultra will pick up that scrap time, which is going to keep them within contention here. It's going to be about a 50-40 point game by the time we head into the second rotation. First ones here are going to be Vegas Legion. They'll try to lock down some time once again. It's been a curious one. Toronto Ultra have found themselves in a couple of decent positions, but Vegas Legion are punishing them a lot every single time that they get the opportunity. Ultra now going to try and find a push through from the escalator side. Will be happy to keep a hold of these P2 spawns if they can. Be wary of the next couple of hills after. A lot can go on in between that time. Vegas Legion trying to lock this one down. Scrap's the only one who could find a kill. Is he going to find a second? It's going to be Envoy. The kill's starting to fall his way. Don't find all 3 that were remaining. And that's a break for 30 seconds. Potentially on the cards now for Ultra. They'll put them right back into the game.
Yeah, no, Rio is a map where aggression can be your best friend. Envoy might have been tagged up one shot, but he was just flying forward to look for the next and catch a couple players off guard and just keep that ball rolling. That's going to be number 5 in a row. Cruise missiles, certainly nice to have in the back pocket, and Envoy absolutely going to be able to get it. Nice little tear there on P1. And I was going to say, as the hill pop, like, Vegas had a very nice first half, but this is a map where endurance is a factor. It's a Chow map. You have to be on point the entire time. You slip up for just a moment, you lose the spawns, you lose the rotation, you got to deal with the cruise missile, maybe deal with an Ultra that are getting the hot hand.
Feels like Vegas Legion have been on the front foot throughout the majority of the game, but that lead that they had has been decimated. Toronto Ultra holding for what feels like the first time very, very well. Scrap towards the front side, has to be careful of the car. That will explode very, very quickly, you would think, but great lockdown so far. Envoy just holding from the middle of the map. He will be there to help the rest of the team out when needed, but Vegas Legion may well just walk away with their tail between their legs. One final push. Kleenex can't find the kill on the Purge, but everybody else doing their job. 20 seconds remaining, and just like that, Toronto Ultra, they're going to have a solid lead by the time we get over towards the next hill, and they've got time to transfer themselves over there. And that could be the hold that really does start to get things going here now for Ultra. Push towards this backside, going to start coming through. Envoy will get taken down. Insight is there for backup. But a really good hold for Ultra. They're going to be 30 points in the lead now. They headed into this rotation about 40 down.
Yeah, I mean, keep in mind, Envoy was on a 7 spree before we saw him fall in that moment, so he went an entire hill and a half without dying. So you see Ultra, I mean, the comeback is already in. They have the lead. Now we get the treat. Tom, we get to go to a listening with Toronto Ultra.
Dead. One shot, he's caution steps. Side, I think. Yeah, caution steps, Petty. I'm waiting. Just press turn, bait.
Nice, I'm looking back there right now.
Another one, dead. Another one, weak.
I'm one shot here.
On the armor truck.
Back train.
Right door. Armor truck, one weak.
He's in him. Nice. One back
Back
right.
right,
Back right armor.
Back right armor.
On the whale armor. Armor
I'm gonna wrap full.
Yeah, just try and challenge him quick.
Charlie Casey pushed down.
On the back, dead.
Another one there. Caution. Right now. Caution. Top of this, he's right. I could be cautious dead. Push dead. Purge. Dead.
Laying down, dead.
Nice.
Could be one more. Yeah, one more caution weak.
I've caution.
He's in the corner.
Dead.
Nice.
Nice.
Jump down here.
I'm going right. Yeah, go right, quick.
We have a streak as well. I'm just slide for you, okay? Already here, close.
Close, dead. No,
Ramp. Running down right.
I ramp.
Not him.
Another one top.
Top. I spawned deep, Jerry. Stay.
I'm holding my push.
One single.
Definitely garage. Definitely garage.
I'm coming close to you.
Apply me, dead. Once we garage.
Yeah, I can stun mid, bro.
I'm not cruising.
Flat laying down weak.
Almost mid.
He's still flat laying down watching the fucking
sitting
toilet.
here.
He's front armor truck.
That mid.
Pushing the hell down behind a white van.
Still behind the red van.
White van weak.
Laying down dead.
Another one right so weak.
Nice. Last guy attach. AR.
Down the hop up. Cop car dead. Shit, this is the game. Hold this.
Yeah, hold this.
I'll push up. Cop.
Close, I'm getting up.
I have all mid. I have it.
You have a whole mid?
Yeah.
Top of me, yo.
I'm coming
One
now.
top left ledge.
Give mid up.
I'm just staying in.
Cool as ice, as per usual for Toronto Ultra. It's just so calm in every single stage. I just love the small nuances of their callouts as well. Like straight away, just coming in from Kleenex, just attach A out. So you just relay in that gunfight. And now Nero's just going to find with the SMG there. So that's 3 kills going to start coming on through. And Vegas Legion maybe on the comeback here. But Toronto Ultra done a lot of damage over these last few hills.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the tale of two halves. Vegas had a lot of steam in the first half, but again, Ultra just caught that pace and seemingly have never looked back. Maybe a small window of opportunity, but kind of timing like that, ooh, maybe it doesn't make a difference. Purge caught unaware, but the gunny absolutely on point. So, look, it's going to be a fight if you want to make this comeback. It's Rio. It is not an easy map to secure time on, especially not on the next two hills that we have. But right now, Vegas keeping the pressure up. Got players pushed out mid-map. Purge waiting for kills to fall in his lap, and for the moment, they keep falling.
It's not the hill that you really want to start to come back on, though. It is difficult to lock down some good time. Standing behind the pillar and just praying. Kills start to come through, though. Now for Toronto Ultra. Geo left all on his lonesome and will get wiped out. Ultra can just about win it here. If they are perfect with it, he'll do very, very well. Nonetheless, oh my word, what is that? Snap from Nero. Says no thank you. 3 kills come through. Some potential good time on the cards here for Vegas Legion now. What is going on here? Purge and Code just starting to absolutely fry. And this was the moment that we seen Ultra turn around in that last rotation. Can Vegas Legion do the same? They're still 50 points away. Ultra 18 away from the win. Vegas Legion will have to be very, very good if they want to win this map number 1.
Oh, and Ultra were setting up for the break too. They wanted to get the timing on the pinch, but Envoy's going to fall before anyone else actually pushed. And now you can see Ultra starting to reposition, sending players on the flank out through Cat, and maybe feeling the heat, calling in the cruise. Very open building, gives you one and forces the second kill through, but it's still just a square up over towards the time. But Geo, last man standing, he doesn't have the help. Ultra have done enough to at least get this hill. Now they're just going to hold on.
10 seconds or so for Toronto Ultra now. They can very much do it here over towards P1. The setup's looking very, very good, but Attach will find the gunfight. Sorry, the nade on the scrap. Purge will find Envoy, so it's a good break coming here through from Vegas Legion. 3 kills fall their way. What can Kleenex do? Nothing. Vegas Legion now find a break back through. 13 seconds or so remaining on this point, but Scrap's going to try and take it to them. Need to try and get through this hill to get to the next one. Scrap's trying his best. Nero will shut him down. Rotation's going to be important here for Toronto Ultra. Can't win it here at P1. They'll get the final few seconds. The setup is there for Legion, but only 2 of them alive at this moment in time. Toronto Ultra do have time to try and find this break. Vegas Legion need to still be perfect.
And Vegas Legion might need it perfect. It also depends on the contest time that can be coming through. So Vegas right now, pressure on, juggling a few different things, but they at least have the position in the kills for the moment, slotting their direction. And number 3, Nero, might be going on a dagger flank.
Oh, this could be crucial. Nero will find one. The player coming off the respawn will find him, though. Kills traded across the map. Kleenex will find one more. Geo just quaking in his boots as Kleenex runs towards him. And that might be game. 3 seconds away for Toronto Ultra. They lock it in off Kleenex. Finding the break towards the end. A potential Vegas Legion comeback is stopped in its tracks. Toronto Ultra 1 to the good.
Man, what could have been if Nero, well, he actually did read the guy coming off spawn as well. Just didn't quite win the gunfight. Maybe that slight hesitation in those pressure moments where you feel the need to run back towards your teammates. But I'd say a nice attempt towards the end for Vegas. But Ultra, again, hard point. It is just where they're at their strongest. And like you mentioned it, after the listen in, it has become tradition for the Toronto Ultra comms of how calm and situationally aware they are always going to be. Always heads up. And I mean, I think when the listen-in first came through, we had a moment where we watched like Envoy through boxes, going over to P4. He falls and Insight's calling out. He's like, I'm just staying alive and watching my push. And he buys his team enough time that they don't have to clear out any corners. They don't have to check anything. They can run up right to where Insight already is and then make the push as a team. So I think Insight always does a fantastic job as a facilitator, and they're doing a pretty good job overall. But this really was just the game of 2 halves. Vegas really did get off to a scorching hot start early on, but as soon as that P1 popped back off, Envoy gets one highlight reel play, and Ultra virtually never looked back.
Fantastic work from Toronto Ultra. Good work from Legion, honestly, to bring it back, but I think they'll be kicking themselves as well. It was about, what, a 40-point lead that they had at one stage as we headed into that second rotation. But as you said, it really is one of those where you have to have the stamina. Couldn't quite keep up with Toronto Ultra for that amount of time if you're Vegas Legion, but that's a nice one for Ultra to get back, right? They lost Rio last time around that they came out here up against Rocker. Now coming out and beating Vegas Legion. That's going to be a good feeling to get the Alpine run back on the road. But Legion definitely still showing some promise there. It was what, 30-point game in the end. One good break comes through from Ultra. Just left yourself maybe a little bit too much to do, but Toronto Ultra going into this series, let's just say, definitely worth squaring up, looking to try and fix some problems on some maps that they're not 100% on yet. Looking pretty good on Rio now, though.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I mean, this is a look at the moment just for the, well, the backside of the P2 hold. Obviously, the moment before where Nero's going on the pinch, but I mean, again, that is a championship caliber team versus a team that has been on a hot start as of late throughout the Major II qualifiers. And you can take a look at the game flow just to see, again, first half, Vegas completely on point. As soon as Ultra hit form, though, it is just a gauntlet through like the middle section of the game. And as much as Vegas fought, again, just not quite enough towards the end. But it really is those like little moments of like, if Nero could just read or like have that hard commitment to stay calm and win that gunfight on the back, who knows what could have been. But those plays are absurdly difficult to make, and that is what sets Ultra apart. But that is Rio number 1 out of the way. Rio number 2 coming up shortly. And again, for the side of Ultra, very much just flexing the map pool, trying to expand things as much as possible. Even the high-rise control, Ultra are 0-2 on, but they're getting that third rep in. But it is a good opportunity for Vegas in this series. Square up, map number 1 looked fantastic. Obviously didn't get the win towards the end, but very competitive. And I do think the S&D and high-rise control are going to be the exact same.
Yeah, 100%. I think, we were talking about this series today. We're just having a quick discussion around it. I was like, oh, this is potentially a one that Toronto Ultra could walk through quickly, but they have offered up a map set that has at least given us some opportunity for Vegas to show what they can do as well. And Vegas Legion still, there's work to be done for this team, but they are very much starting to get there. I think it's hard though when you're going up against Ultra. It's always going to be a tough one. They're the best team in the game right now, no question. The Search and Destroy coming up though on Rio is another opportunity for Vegas Legion to maybe get themselves on the board here, but Toronto Ultra themselves, absolutely incredible in terms of Search and Destroy. Insight leading the way across the league. But having a look over towards it, 3-0 across the Major II qualifiers for Search and Destroy for Toronto Ultra. No surprise to see that. 1-2 for Vegas Legion. I suppose for you, where's it going wrong for Legion? I know it's early doors in the season here on the Search and Destroy side of things, of course, for Major II, but it's not necessarily working out too hot for them yet.
I mean, no, the first bloods is not exactly fantastic. Like, you at least want to be close to 50-50, if not on the positive side of that. Under 40% is a little bit low. Their conversion's on point, so it's not like they're playing bad S&D by any stretch of the imagination, but just slightly below middle of the pack. Maybe bad news is Ultra, like, S&D was like sort of an initial pain point at the very first like qualifying stages of this year, and then they just go on a massive undefeated streak, which they've really kept up and continued. So you're dealing with a team striving for perfection. And I mean, for Ultra, it is quite literally, if you just put a bucket of all of their stats in and you reach in and pick any random one out, it's gonna be a good stat from Ultra towards the top of the league. But on a map like Rio, different strats might come through. Vegas and Ultra might have very different concepts of how they want to play, and I mean, that's a lot of pressure towards the middle of the map. Purge working the outer edges, gets that first blood. He absolutely got spotted making his way towards these back steps. Ultra know he's here. That pressure on the gunfight, though, might be tricky. Gio, in the meantime, able to win his one, attached there for the trades, and just like that, a 1 versus 3 for Insight, where he can make nothing happen. And I don't even have time to say it. Rio, some rounds are going to be incredibly fast. Occasionally, you're going to have a slow one. This one, certainly in round 1, no trophies coming through. Just a bang out there by Vegas, putting the pressure on the wings of the map, and, I mean, executed flawlessly.
I think, it really is epitomized by that first gunfight coming through from Pidge. Absolutely deletes Kleenex on the bridge side of the map down the street. Fantastic work, and that was just what got the ball rolling. Vegas Legion, really good slinging ability coming through. Trades just working in their favor. 2-0 from attach in the middle of the map. Didn't get to see much of that, but a really good opening kill coming in from Purge. Set them on their way. It's coming through again. Trophy's still not really available by the looks of things. Vegas Legion gonna have to back on down here, and we'll give up big control through the middle of the map. Scrap's gonna put the pressure on here as well. Has to be very, very careful. Finds himself in a difficult spot. Not quite sure he needed to slide that way. Gunfight over towards the backside though. He's not gonna go Kleenex's way. Purge gets the better of him. 2 rounds in a row. Good shots coming in from Envoy. The bomb is down, and Insight's left in a 1 versus 3. We've seen them before, but not with Purge behind you like that. We have 2-0 Vegas Legion. Yeah, really nice retake there from Legion. Toronto Ultra, not much you could do about that.
Yeah, Purge is on point right now. I mean, that's back-to-back rounds, first blood, and he just makes the play. Not only does he push the exact same side of the map, but then just perfect repositioning spot behind the van. Knows he's not going to get spotted, just falls into his lap. So I know Purge, bit of an S&D kid as well. That's where he has the most experience and showing off some of the goods now. That is back-to-back perfect rounds, and I mean, that is sort of typical. That is like more of the default strat. Like if you're running a ranked play, you got to expect the middle of the map just to get hit out pretty consistently. And Ultra, they dominate it. The stuns and nades completely clear house. Scrap pushes up the steps and say, hey, it's all clear for the bomb plant. But In the meantime, Purge is just busy making plays. So right now, that is the rookie, the man that I think Ultra need to shut down. His aggression has been the focal point for the team. And I mean, right back, same direction, outer lane. But look at the adjustment. Insight, you can't go that way anymore. Got to reposition right back and pick a new place. But of course, in the meantime, that is now 3 for 3 on the first blood front for Vegas.
Purge doesn't get it this time. It's going to be Geo. And that may well open up the route over towards the A side. Nobody over towards Garage. They will just happily rotate over here to run Ultra. But are you going to expect this from Purge in the spot? There you go. Another kill. Just playing this one so smartly. Now he's got this whole side of the map just locked down. Elbow on a complete lock. If Scrap doesn't find this kill onto attach, the round is pretty much done. But it is very much now done. Purge looks very scared. Not going to find it. It's maybe a little bit greedy with a kill onto Scrap, who will now find himself in a 1 versus 3. It'd be a 1v4 if you could do it. With 25 seconds to go on Vegas Legion. Will give him very little opportunity for this one, chance.
Yeah, and it's just, the pillar spot that Attach is playing, if you're in Scrap's like position, it is so difficult to actually see those players. I know the brightness settings for the players are going to be a little bit different than mine, but not easy to spot, and Attach just gets that early intel. And I gotta say, Purge playing incredibly well right now.
Very well.
Like, he had the one sort of snappy gunfight that he needed for that, like, initial first blood in round 1, but outside of that, he's just out-thinking, out-maneuvering, and out-playing Ultra for a bunch of these kills. He's just getting to positions quicker than they are expecting. So Purge, young man on point right now. Vegas, complete cruise control so far in this game, and Ultra need to adjust and need to adjust quick, and the adjustment will happen. Straight over towards the A site. Only 2 defenders right now for Vegas.
Yeah, we're playing the Garage side. Does have Geo behind him. Vegas Legion on the way over though. The smoke will cause confusion, but that should be an easy first blood coming through from Nero. Really good positioning. We'll back on down. And now it's just a question that has to be asked, but Purge is already here. He's already found a kill. And it just keeps on rolling. This train from Vegas Legion. Insight now, left in a 1 versus 3. And just the most difficult of positions, which is beam attack. Will he be up at the second? Can't quite find it.
Night.
Nelly. Toronto Ultra will find nothing more there. Vegas Legion with another round. Good shots coming through from Nero. Insight already a little bit weak. And this has just been an absolute blitz so far from Vegas Legion. Every single time they figure out where Toronto Ultra are, they seek onto them, and that is the round.
I mean, Vegas just has their creddy angles on point right now. Even there from, like, Nero, the perfect angle to see, like, the footsteps underneath the van if they approach from, like, the ramp side of things. And obviously, if they jump over the van on the right side, just easy gunfights win. So Vegas Legion quite literally just a step ahead. You can see they have absolutely done their homework, but 4-0 doesn't mean it's over, but the first blood front seemingly is, and Purge, no time wasted again. He has been finding the freest of kills this entire map. And Vegas Legion simply outclassing him. A 2v1 Insight. He is the clutch master. So the round is not done, but I mean, Nero's got the cruise, got the bomb down. Just don't line up for the 2-piece, and they get out just in the nick of time.
Insight loses them. And all of a sudden, this becomes a little bit more difficult. I don't know if he'll be expecting this on the right-hand side. He definitely won't be expecting the Charlie come in from top bridge. Another round for Vegas Legion. And right now, Legion are making this look like a rank play game against the Major I champions. This Search and Destroy is flawless so far, Chance.
I mean, yes, everything is going right. Every single first blood going their way. Every bomb retake on point. They got a cruise missile if they want it. They got a 5-0 lead. This might be one of the last times that, well, not that Ultra are going to square up against it, but it is certainly a learning experience right now for Toronto. They have had absolutely nothing to offer this team. Now it's just about the final one. Again, Nero does have that cruise missile in hand. I don't know if you're going to hard commit to use it. There's no reason to. Just treat it on gunning. Go for these aggressive flanks. Purge, again, has been sprinting around this entire map. They've gotten every first blood. Already a 4 versus 3 that they have with the double flank coming through. And freebie kill after freebie kill. Ultra getting outclassed.
Oh my god, Purge! That is flawless from Vegas Legion. The S&D streak has been blown into smithereens. Absolutely fantastic game from Vegas Legion. That was just flawless. 1-1 in the series, just like that. It's run. Honestly, I'm shell shocked. I mean, winning the map is one thing, but doing that to Ultra, incredible.
I mean, I don't know how many 6-0s we've had this year, but that is a very short list that we have on it. And I mean, that is Vegas adding on the positive side that direction. Gio the flawless 4-0, but that's because he was hanging out the entire map. That was the Purge and Nero show. I think that might have also been 6 for 6 on the first blood front, maybe 5. I don't know if Ultra on the third or fourth round collected one, but utter domination on the Rio. That is a sweet spot there from Vegas that has bounced back in the series. And I mean, tell them we got to see in the player cams, Gio's over here bouncing around, smiles on their faces. That has to feel good.
Oh, it's gonna feel great. A very, very close map. Number 1, 6-0 on the search and destroy, though, to tie things up here. That is utter domination from Vegas Legion. And thinking about it here, Chance High-Rise control coming up in a second as well. Karachi Hardpoint, of course, we will need to see, but a flawless search and destroy coming through from the side of Vegas Legion. Toronto Ultra are definitely going to need the bounce back here. Are they going to be able to find it with the map number 3 coming up in a second? It is not necessarily being the map and mode that has went their way. But let's see if they can get it done. We got a series on our hands.
Slice up your competition with the Exir game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
Of course he can. World champ for the 1v2. The cruise wasn't bad enough. The spawn trap might be worse. There's nowhere you can go. Abizi gets dealt with, but it is just, I mean, you're stuck. You're done. Oh, hell no. That is insane.
Battle waking up top.
Oh, hello.
Wins! All the way to the back. That's 2 already. Flying out. The third will fall down from Awakening, and Kleenex is left alone. And Lynch will get his third. Unbelievable. There was a gap, and it was exploited to the fullest.
Linz is straight up making plays.
This is what we want to see. I mean, right? I mean, with how well he has been playing in Challengers, winning them key situations in map 1 and now doing it here in map 3.
Papa Seam get another one in the window. That'll be 2. He'll earn another.
Sticking the mid-map control. Vico trying to find it, but doesn't check for scrap inside a bending corner. He's able to take down 2.
Okay, this guy is just trying to get sassy with it now. 10 and 6, and you are seeing it here. Give him all 4. He is dialed. Envoy to 1 versus 2. Time against him. Position against him. Surely there isn't a win here.
You just want the kills. I think if you get the kills, you'll take the win in that regard. That's number 5 in a row. Maybe he can win the round because it's Envoy. Of course he can. World champ for the 1v2.
if you went and made yourself a cup of tea, you might have missed the search and destroy, to be honest with you, because Vegas Legion absolutely lights out. A 6-0 is your scuff play of the game, because it was just a relentless chance time and time again. First bloods, retakes, just solid S&D play. Yeah, a couple of bullets going in, extra there from Pitch. We didn't see that during the broadcast.
No, missed that one. That's a scary sight. It did not curse them in the map, though, as you pointed out. Very hot 6-0. And shout out to Turtle. Turtle always comes correct with the stats. That is the third 6-0 that we have had this year. And the funny thing is, Toronto's been a part of all three of them. Normally, they're the ones providing the beat down. This time, Vegas just brought down the wall upon them. That was a very fast game, a scorcher of an S&D, and that is just a map where everything, it's just flow state for Vegas. Every first blood going their way, every retake completely perfect, simply outclass the best team in the game. And I mean, that sets yourselves up. We're now tied up 1-1 going into a high-rise control, and you can already see Attach's stat in this game mode. He has been bonkers, out of control, a 1.74 and granted over the stretch of like 2 whole maps, but still very impressive stuff. And for an AR player on this map, that is exactly what you need. We mentioned it a few times, Ultra trying to work on their map pool because High Rise has not been their best. 0-2 on it. One of those 2 losses also by the hands of Vegas Legion. So these Legion players have been here before. This is the map that you need to take advantage of to try to win this series.
Oh, 100%. Toronto Ultra will still be feeling good about maps 4 and 5 if we do indeed get that. Interested to see how Vegas Legion are going to do here. Toronto Ultra could do with the bounce back, because that's a kind of performance where you lose that 6-0. You're not feeling necessarily too good, but they have got plenty of experience, plenty of cool heads, as we know. Nero's trying to get something done down this side street. Typically the MCW down here, but the Rival 9 doing just as good of a job. Good defensive hold so far from Vegas Legion. Toronto Ultra, nothing to speak of yet.
Yeah, no, cleaning house. I mean, everybody is like trying to get contained. You actually have players on the mid-map turned around. So the one player that was able to sneak through, you Vegas Legion very heads up to make sure no funny business happens. But a couple kills get traded. Vegas Legion defense thinned out just a bit. You're getting the intel. A lot of players down B Street. One guy on A trying to keep it contained, but easier said than done.
Oh, Pedge has done well. Bring around the Rosie over towards the A side, but a little bit of control lost over towards B. Gio needs to find something if he can. He cannot. And the kill's starting to flow now. A team kill alongside of that as well. Toronto Ultra starting to open up a couple of routes that they can maybe take advantage of. Near through the middle of the map is going to find one. Can't find the second B. Now underway here for Toronto Ultra.
Yeah, trade's on point for the moment, but inside the lone man on it, not an easy place to try to survive. Finally, the reinforcements there. CleanX swoops on in, gets the kill, and this could be a triple stack coming through. Going to be a lot faster if these players can get on the point. CleanX is going to fall, but right now, this ticket progression nearly going to be in. The final maybe stretch of contest, going to get to the radio tower, and it forces the team kill. Last-ditch effort. You had Vegas Legion that were desperate to fight for it, not going to collect it. Now down on 2 lives. Ultra, maybe not an advantage in the round, but they are halfway there.
It was almost a bit of an overcommit from Vegas Legion to make sure they try to make that last as long as possible, but Attach wins a couple of gunfights after that, and all of a sudden, welcome to the blender. If you're Toronto Ultra, you're going to have to fight your way out of here. Have you got somebody blocking the spawns down low? If anybody else pushing up, it's not looking likely. That's why Nero just sitting on the outside. Scrap will find 2, though. And the pressure relents. Purge will find 1. Nothing else. Scrap finds his 3rd of this life, and now will force their way out. Vegas Legion having to back on down just a little bit. Lives in their favor, but only ever slightly. I'm trying to play this out. Sorry, Chance. I mean, just trying to lock it. We'll get there in the end, mate. We'll get there in the end. My little pauses, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, day 2. We got to hammer the chemistry out. But no, I mean, Ultra right now struggling as much as I am in that moment. They can't get past the 50-yard line. They're barely making it out of their spawn. Anytime they even make it to the helicopter, they're just getting picked apart. And these moments are miserable to be in because you have to work so hard just to jump out of some windows.
I think Nero just actually, unfortunately, unaliving himself there. Touchdown this right-hand side, though. It will matter very, very little. Good defensive hold coming in from Vegas Legion. 9-6 from Attach is a good way to start the map. Scrap and Envoy left alive. Scrap in the middle of the map. Very, very dead. Vegas Legion. Nice defensive hold. They will lose 3 ticks and they will lose B. But irrelevant of that. Nice hold from them.
That really is super clean work. I know you mentioned it of like the potential overcommitment by Vegas defending the B site, and I mean they threw away an extra few lives to make it happen, but quite literally as soon as they got that clean sort of 4-man down, everybody else on Ultra is spawning up all the way in the depths of their spawn. They never looked back, never lost control for a single moment, and I mean this map has been a pain point from Ultra. It is sort of the theme. Either you have to avoid getting spawn trapped at all costs, or you have to be able to pull off some magic to get out of it. And that is magic that Ultra have not yet been able to string together. And this is aggression over towards A, off the rip as well. A couple of nade kills coming through as well. Attach able to get one.
Huge.
Final kill for Geo there, and he's going to be on a 4 spree as well. This is a map where you absolutely want to get a cruise missile if you can play for it. Geo, the key man on the map right now for Vegas.
Taking his time. In potentially dangerous position here. Scrap will find Purge. So immediately all that pressure that was put on here from Vegas Legion is just going to be put into maybe Geo finding himself a cruise missile. Gunfight's going to head his way in just a second. A couple of pick from will continue to survive. Vegas Legion have to be careful just to stop playing for this a little bit too much. You don't want to get caught in your spawn, but there it is. Geo will lock it in. A little bit of pressure over towards the A side as well, which way these next couple of kills going to fall. Envoy finds a crucial one. Over towards the B side. And another. Done so well down B Street, and now all of a sudden Geo is isolated. Will get taken down. Toronto Ultra can force their way up here. Next couple of gunfights are going to be big. Oh, that's huge.
You know, if we had the opportunity for Ultra to try to pull off the magic to get out of their spawn, well, this is the exact same thing, but now on the other side, Vegas are going to have to dig deep and see if they can find a way to make it out. Nero's at least crossed the 50-yard line, and hey, he takes down Insight from top helicopter. You eliminate a power position. That frees up so much of the map, and they didn't really waste any time. It's only 2 players on the A zone, though, and the coverage not quite there. CleanX does get traded, but Nero left out to dry. Reinforcements just a little bit too slow. The spawn a bit too far away, and now you are effectively back to square one. Geo, the most aggressive player up on the map. Scrap trying to hunt him down. Process of elimination, though, and he figures it out. So that is a very aware player. We talked about cruise missiles. Scrap might get one of his own.
Huge kill to find the 5th. And looking like this round is very much going to go the way of Toronto Ultra unless Vegas Legion can pull the rabbit out of the hat, but not going to work this time around. Scrap just continues looking for his 7th. We'll get a little bit of help, but it's last chance saloon now for Vegas Legion to try and find a way out to them, get wiped. And that is a very, very solid defensive round from Ultra. A little bit cleaner than Vegas Legion's, where 1 tick is all they managed to get a hold of Legion comparatively to Toronto Ultra's 3. Really, really good job. Scrap being the epitome of everything that was working out nicely. Find themselves 6 or 7 in a row. Cruise missile on both sides of the coin now.
And this is very much a map that, like, it is closer to 50-50 in terms of offense and defense, but there's also a wide array of teams that have different skill sets, right? There are certain teams that are electric on offense, great at getting the spawn traps on the flip side, and maybe struggle a little bit on defense, and there's teams that are lightning fast on defense, but so far between these two teams, defense has been king, which means advantage towards Ultra just for the extra 2 ticks, and nice little first blood coming through as well. Very quick to jump on this A zone, and the more pressure you have, the better. Unfortunately, no trophy in an exploding propane. The propane has a fantastic KD.
Oh, it's doing well. It's doing very well. A couple of kills already coming on through from Nero. Over towards that side as well. He'll just be lingering around underground and Insight. He's not a player who's going to necessarily be running into up top here, but he's the only player who's currently left alive from Toronto Ultra. Trying to survive. A little bit of control, and means Vegas Legion have to concentrate on him a little bit, which may just allow his teammates to get out of spawn that a little bit easier. Shots in the purge were good, but not quite good enough, and up the ladder you go. Nero will say thank you very much. Now for Toronto Ultra, it's same old story. Gonna try and get past that 50-yard line. Incredible shots coming in from Scrap. And those are gunfights you just have to win if you're Vegas Legion. Momentarily, it's only Geo left on the map. Starting to come in off the respawn now, but an opportunity here for Ultra over towards B.
All right, a lot of pressure as well. It's going to be 2 players stacking the point, so going to be about 20 seconds to capture it. But right now, Vegas going to be very far away. Geo tries to flank Scrap there to read it. Maybe more players trying to flank through blue. Scrap's been living on that side of the map, so he continues to get it. And you force out the early investment of this cruise missile. Now, they can be devastating, and it looks like it's going to find the kill, but Insight right back on that B zone, and it's going to be secured. And it looks like CleanX actually got traded out maybe a moment before he got a cruise of himself. But Ultra, that is as good as it gets. You force out the cruise missile, you still get the objective. Maybe, unfortunately, a couple kills after the fact don't go your way, but it's not like you're back to square one. Envoy and Scrap still have plenty of real estate up on the map. And, of course, the cruise missile they have in the back pocket Ultra, if they string together an offensive win right now, they are going to feel incredible going into the next round.
Couple of kills that just didn't go Ultra's way on the way out of that as well. You could see Vegas Legion were hunting for insight. Get rid of him, and then all of a sudden, we can try to push up. We can try to work together. Pincer on Ultra, and still a couple of gunfights that could be influential. Gio going to go for the child around the outside, drop shotting round and find Scrap as well. It's an awkward gunfight for both players involved, but the Knicks will find a kill underground, and all of a sudden, Ultra can find themselves a little bit of real estate. My God. Sometimes it just leaves me speechless when some of these guys with a rival 9 in hand. Mine does not do that. A couple of kills coming through for Toronto Ultra now, and a life advantage alongside of it. A little bit of map presence here as well. Over towards A. If they're going to do it in an attacking round, this is their opportunity here, chance.
Oh yeah, but look at like the coverage. You got Gio jumping up top, shooting from the sky effectively, and then you got guys like Attach running in circles, crawling all around you. Purge doesn't get the trade though, so this is actually the moment for Ultra to keep up the pressure. One trade doesn't go through, but they're eventually there to close that door. Small window of opportunity stuffed, and Attach just continues his controlled destruction. Cheeky little cruddy spots getting played by Gio on the flip side, and a 6v5 on the life count. It's looking like you're mostly stable for Vegas. Last attempt with no respawns remaining. It's basically around an S&D for the final 8 seconds, and Ultra flooding through blue. Purge lining him up. If you can take him down, that's great. The trade's not there. You got a 4v4.
Oh, they managed to find a second. It's a 4v3. Onto the point we go. Attach will fall as well. All of a sudden, it's only Gio and Purge who have to go absolutely huge for the team. Second kill going to come in from Gio. Can he line up the third as well? Potentially staying alive. The third tick about to come through, though. If you're Vegas Legion, you have to do something. Gio left on his own. Big win for Toronto Ultra.
And that is as good as it gets. That is a nail biter towards the end, but they just effectively burned the cruise missile, still won the round, did it on kills, got the extra segment, and CleanX, by the way, you see how he's shooting. You see the gunfights he's winning. 26 kills he has so far, and we're only going into round number 4, so right now, Ultra momentum on their side. Vegas feeling the pain so far on high rise.
Yeah, try and turn around for Vegas Legion now to look good on the defense so far until that round. Now it's their turn on the attacking side. Vegas Legion got to try and find something on what is their favorite map. Let's go for a listen for the Vegas Legion.
Underground.
Out here. Outer weak.
Underground.
Yep.
Nice. Clinics was there underground.
Scrappy.
Could be Ellie.
Got me, bro. Bleacher, scrap.
Dead. Nice.
That's how we push up on our right. Someone mid. Our stairs, 100% somewhere.
Stairs.
What's left? I'm still going to be. I'm staying on point.
Our stairs, yeah, our stairs. Very weak. I kill that shit.
I'm one shot. I'm on bullet. I'll kill deep left.
I'm staying on time. One shot. You shot me.
Underground.
He's on time.
Always underground stairs.
Back left, I need to. Her.
Try and stay tucked in the cubby.
Yeah. Underground stairs weak, and one's out there mid.
Yeah, he's there. Still a beat. 2B. Clinics to someone else.
Yeah, I don't see him beat. One out of the paint. They're heavy step.
Okay.
Don't go to the blue and tell the guy heavy step.
Trust guy on the stairs.
He's on B point again.
Need a B. Oh, he's on top of B. Top of B.
I don't know where we shot him.
Hold on, me dead. Tell him dead. First Scrappy.
Last guy. You got big tick.
Yep, I need her.
Sorry for you guys over there.
Mid windows as well.
I guess you're mid.
Big fans on me. I got a
Nice good shit. I'm getting on B.
Yo, fans one shot. Envoy.
What's open?
Dead.
He's there.
Scrap that. One shot.
Inside their mid hop.
I got it.
Okay. Inside so their mid
Pushing
hop.
up on B.
I'm trying. I got no trophy.
Climbing mid, hitting your mid.
I'm dead then. Yeah, he's
Streak.
Left window.
One shot. One shot.
Coming at the street.
Okay, underground.
Outer propane dead.
Underground, clean next week.
Phoenix underground looking for inside. Scrappy was in the streak.
Struggles continue here for Vegas Legion. The attacking side. It's had its moments here and there, but Toronto Ultra fighting back every now and then, just putting them further and further back where they can. But Vegas Legion have made some inroads, but it hasn't been the cleanest round so far. Lives pretty low.
I mean, they're about to get this B zone, though. That's a triple stack. That's going to flow through instantly. So they were basically fighting a two-front war, working both zones at the same time. It can be dicey when the clock starts to tick down, but they still have a ton of progression up on the map, and now more time to work with. Still need the kills, though, and that is not a trade to be found. Attach basically left in this dust. The 2Ps can't quite collect. Ends up getting traded out, and again for Vegas, right back to square one, and you only have 8 lives to work with. That's the pain point. It's been the slang. And you simply, I mean, a minute is a decent chunk of time, but 8 lives, not a lot of options. You gotta try to make this clean.
You see an Ultra do it with the deficit last time. Not quite what Optic did yesterday, but it still can be done. One decent wave of kills falls your way, and all of a sudden you can find a way through over towards this A side. Cleanex now. Just finessing. Knows he just needs to survive. Now 6v10. Vegas Legion are chipping away at this. Have some map presence. You feel as if the next round of gunfights are the most important. Insight is able to find one on the Purge, so Vegas Legion momentarily 3v4. Scrap finds one on the Geo, and that might just be the dagger now, as it's only 3 players left from Vegas Legion. You've got to find everything. 22 seconds to go. Nero find one onto Insight, but it's just such a difficult round to win from here. Nero over towards the backside, trying to make something work here for the team. Insight should be dead to rights here from Nero. Envoy finds a kill though, and all of a sudden Nero is left all alone. Not gonna happen. Toronto Ultra find the first win of the year on high-rise control at the most crucial of moments. 2-1 up, back into the lead. Vegas Legion had opportunities, just didn't take them.
Yeah, that really is the sort of difference maker in the series. The biggest opportunity you can get, but I think Ultra feeling that pressure, sort of kicking that intensity up just an extra notch. And I gotta say, I think when we look at the stats, that might have been a bit of a Cleanex show. High Rise is definitely a map that you expect the best on the damage front out of the AR players, and for Attach, that reign true. For Scrap, he's up there, but Cleanex primarily on the SMG, maybe 50-50 on High Rise, but either way, 5,800 damage, 35 kills. He owned that map, he owned that lobby, and again, especially on that 3rd round, Cleanex just started going crazy. The sort of X factor there for the team.
As the head of the Cleanex fan club, you'll be very, very happy with that one chance. Really, really good map coming out from him. And it's just, especially on this map, you know, as you mentioned, he probably did swap over, but to be honest with you, I don't know if I did see him with an AR on his hands at any stage. Definitely felt like a majority of an SMG performance, but for Toronto Ultra, that's a good one to get a hold of. I think, you know, you're always wanting to test maps out, wanting to get better at certain maps. You find yourself one apiece, though, going into the map that you haven't found a win on all season long. Nervy moment, and they make it count with that attacking round where they clutch up towards the end. All their defense, get the map win. And now they're going to be feeling confident for a win in the series. Vegas Legion, that felt like a potential opportunity to get yourself a win here. And now you're faced with a very, very difficult Karachi. Hard point coming up in a second. Backs against the wall at this stage for Vegas Legion. What have they got about them? Can they swing back?
It's going to be tough. That is a absolutely tough sell. Again, Rio is probably the map that you think you have the better advantage of, but Vegas have certainly shown a great deal of grit so far out in this stage. I mean, the roster move they made has turned out, at least initially, to be incredibly beneficial for them. Because this is a team that, like, they are on the hunt just to stay in that top 8 range. They're currently 9th in the CDL standings. They are 5 points behind LAG. So that is why they're sort of like that extra little bit of intensity from this team. But as you pointed out, Karachi, the map they need to get it done on. And obviously from Ultra, definitely more of a comfort pick for them for the map 4. So Toronto, they just want to be business as usual, take care of the series, get out of the way, and then maybe retalk over that Rio S&D, because we got the confirmation. That was the fastest S&D map we've had this entire year. Again, Vegas, that is a hot 6-0 under their belt, but doesn't mean a whole lot if you don't get the win in the end.
Yeah, the conversation might be that we just might ban it after this, because honestly, it was a very strange one from Ultra. But look, I mean, they're a very, very good S&D team. I mean, they've got Insight on the squad, they got Cleanex. We know these boys are phenomenal search and destroy players. They may well turn it around as the season does go on, but some work to be done there. But certainly no work needed here on Karachi. Having a look over towards the Major II Qualifiers, only the first time in quite some time that a hardpoint was lost by Toronto Ultra was, of course, last week. Ranked first in hardpoint overall, but Vegas Legion over the Major II Qualifiers haven't looked too bad. It didn't look too bad in that first match, to be fair, Chance. Very, very close one. They win the lead for the majority of that first half, at least anyway. And then things got turned around pretty quickly by Ultra. So can they do anything here as we go over towards Karachi? It's a 4-0 record, though, for Toronto Ultra on this map specifically. Gotta be feeling good before we go into this map. If you're Ultra, the chat will be very much feeling positive on that side of the camp.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, you're back to like the comfort zone. The one loss they have in Hardpoint as of recent was on Rio. You get it out of the way and you get the dub. You go back to, as you pointed out, a map you are undefeated on, so you are feeling incredibly confident. Not that there's not more to learn on the other maps that they have a record on, but right now Ultra are really like setting the pace on a lot of these Hardpoint maps, Karachi included. So they feel much more in control, not in the series, but also in the map as well. Of course, though, for Vegas, they've had some fight in them. Like almost every single little thing you want to see, like on an improvement from this team, they've been executing on. Even Purge, like I know his slaying has been a focal point, but in this series, he's been pretty solid comparatively. Looked very strong on Rio. Pretty much lights out in the search and destroy as well. Geo, the new man, has obviously shown off the gunny as well. His KD has been pretty solid so far from out this stage. And I mean, Attach and Nero obviously trading sort of like superstar caliber performances back and forth. So the potential is there, but it is a wall of not Canadian, but Canadian representatives that they are going to be going into. And CleanX leading the charge. That is an important man to take down for that first blood.
No, I mean, if you keep playing like you just on high rise there, then it is going to be a very, very difficult time for Vegas Legion. And by a little bit of control up towards the top trip sides, but initial control on the hill. Coming through for Vegas Legion. Some time on the board, but not much of it. Envoy just finessing up top. Eyes just not on him, and all of a sudden this locking from Toronto Ultra. I hope to God Geo is weak. Shots coming in. It's 4-0 for Envoy to kick things off.
Yeah, Envoy, no one's even shot back. He's just getting freebie kill after freebie kill, and I love the look at it being like the SMG players that go for that top third control, because you see how powerful it is. You win the gunfight against the MCW player, and congratulations, you now have the MCW in your own hands and the power position, and you can let it ride. You have Nero, though, on a 3 spree, trying to soften up the landing for this rotation, because, I mean, it is effectively tied up on the scoreboard, but you have Ultra. It is the clean setup over towards New. No flanks coming through, at least not just yet. Vegas are trying to set up for the kill and scrap. This is a spot we got very used to yesterday. It's a day one spot. It still works.
Holding that down, but the kills have been traded here. 2-piece, and all of a sudden CleanX has to deal with some pressure, attached with some good shots, and Insight momentarily left all on his own. Players now on reinforcing duty and can find their way through here for Vegas Legion. Potential break on the cards. Good shots coming in from Nero, and Envoy is there to answer back. We'll try towards the back alley. Need to find a way out here. For all that big, haven't found a perfect break yet. Let's stop an Ultra getting some time that you would expect to. Rotation now is going to start coming in, but I think for Vegas Legion there, at least they stopped a decent amount of time going over towards Ultra, 10-15 seconds or so. This lead would have looked a lot better. Rotation now going to start coming on through. Setup is there. Can Vegas Legion manage to hold it down? One player seems to have made a slight step past.
Oh, that player's gonna get caught. I was gonna say CleanX might have found the open route, but Purge from inside the hill actually gets the identification. Meanwhile, Geo kind of in hell, like dealing with a bunch of players pushing through the red side, but he's been very like on pace, very controlled, no sweat on his brow, and continues to get a couple kills over towards the junkyard side of the map. Maybe a tad bit over aggressive as he's gonna fall, but right now all the pressure on the flip side. Purge can feel it. Looking on the Coop side of the hill, eventually the trade's gonna come through. CleanX has pierced the setup and made his way around to the back of the time, so it's good for the break. Nero, though, playing to just retake it as quick as he can. These are gunfights you need. Nero's going to deliver, but it looks like Ultra, the swarm, the eventuality is going to be there. That is nice, clean P3 break, and Ultra, the score continues to climb.
Yeah, really nice break coming through. I think you were looking at Vegas Legion players finding their way back into positions after a couple of kills did come through from Ultra. Ultra wait on them, and then the break comes through. Heading over towards the next hill. Vegas Legion will be the first ones here, but we know it can sometimes be inconsequential as we do head over towards P4. That's just trying to lock down the market side. It's just going to be about jostling and find what you can, but what Toronto Ultra are finding is plenty of kills over towards the market side. That was momentarily 3 dead. Purge is the only one to answer. So some time on the board here for Toronto Ultra, and that lead is starting to grow. For Vegas Legion here, it's just felt maybe a little bit soft on a couple of the rotations. I mean, the only time they have had control was over towards P3, and that was it back into the game. But now you find yourself even further behind. Envoy starting to fry, sitting at 12-5. It hasn't really slowed down from the get-go. All spree for him, working on a cruise. An Insight in this kind of position is just something you don't want to see if you're a Legion fan.
I was going to say, they should be freebie kills. That was an interesting spot from Purge. I wasn't quite sure if his toes were going to be peeking out, but That is enough real estate there for Insight to get the kill. A couple freebies there from Scrap, and this is the fight he's got to earn. Can't quite get it. Purge with the Rival 9 there to shut him down, but I mean, that is a hill that is effectively just a wash. But in the meantime, look at how easy this rotation is right now. Zero pressure from Vegas Legion coming this direction, and this is the hill where you can get the full 60. Shaq's not easy to deal with, and Ultra, 2 players pushed to the depths of their spawn. These are near impossible gunfights to win. You are just running into a Scrap and Envoy blender. Is about to be a clean 4 down.
Oh my word. Vegas Legion, just no answer for the setup from Toronto Ultra. Great shots coming in from Scrap and Homeboy to lock it down. Now it's going to be a push coming through the red side. Can you manage to find something now? Scrap will be locking it down from Coop. Nothing to really worry about. One player coming on the flank, but from the front side, it's looking like Toronto Ultra starting to hold this down. Attached with some shots over from Trips. That might allow his teammates to try and find something, but the defense is looking resolute so far. Kills traded, but Insight is there for the final one. 10 seconds or so potentially on the board now for Ultra, who are starting to walk away with this. It could get ugly if it continues this way. Chance Vegas Legion, no answer for Toronto Ultra so far.
Yeah, I mean, now you're rotating over towards the P1, but saying rotate to P1 is a bit of an interesting concept, because if you're in the hill and your teammates have already fallen, you're going to die. It's just a matter of what direction. And Envoy basically just took a world route as this hill spawned to end up and go and get that break. 16 and 6, make it 17, by the way, and looking for the cruise missile. Envoy right now is in his bag. This is the comfort zone from him. He doesn't get the cruise. His teammates let him down, but good news for them. They still have a 100-point lead, and the kills still flowing their way.
Clean looks from up top. Rival 9 in hand. He says, no problem, thank you very much. Here's another one coming his way as well. Make it 3. Can he find the 4th one to Nero? I'm not going to offer it up. The P2 rotation has to be here for Vegas Legion. They absolutely have to lock something decent in. 50 or 60 seconds would do you very, very well, and you may well find yourself back into the game, but you find yourself over 100 points behind already. You need to find a decent holdout of something. Scrap with a bit of pressure over towards Red. Pidge will just get his head down. Toronto Ultra walking away with this one. It's going to be 120 points or so by the time we head over towards P2. Vegas Legion, a couple of opening kills, though, might help them lock it down. Not if Kleenex has got something to say about it. Eventually, we'll find him. Ultra now. We'll have to try and find a break. Vegas Legion, you must hold.
And this is looking like they might get some good time as well. Ultra want to be extra annoying, though. They're sending Scrap right now on the deep flank, and, well, Geo read it, dies before it happens, but honestly, Scrap might be far enough away that the player's on time. They still can't hold this. Not going to be easy. Nero and Purge trying to work together, and Nero, it's got to be the timing. Go on the pinch, try to find these players laying down. Freebie number 1, front side of time. It's not free, but he earned it. And this is going to be maybe not a perfect full 60, but still a good chunk of time solidified there by Vegas. And if there's any way to work the comeback, that is certainly a good start, but now things get much more difficult. You don't have a power position. You don't have bodies on this rotation, and Scrap picking you apart along the way. That old safety net top third. Scrap really just locking it down. He's fighting off the entire team.
Scrap's just holding it down for the squad. Eventually will fall. Not after finding 3 or 4, though. And now the setup from Toronto Ultra looking nice and tight. Vegas Legion going to make a push. Conservative one through the middle of the map by the looks of things, but it has to be quick, and it's actually just going to be 3 members pushing over from the top 3 side, but Kleenex can find 2. Locking down the back side, and it's just looking so solid here from Toronto Ultra so far. 35 seconds remaining on this hill. Can't quite win it yet. But a bit of a pinch potentially here for Vegas Legion. Nero to one side. Stun starting to come through. If you could find this gunfight, something potentially on the cards. Now is Inside trying to lock it down.
Okay.
Fight coming through from Purge. But it was 30 seconds pretty much uncontested from Toronto Ultra before the break comes through from Vegas Legion. But it was a break they absolutely needed.
And that is not an easy hill to break either. So the teamwork and coordination absolutely there. The problem, as you pointed out, you did have to trade away 30 seconds before you can actually make that move. But now you're keeping the Ultra players at least pinned far enough back on the right side of the map, or maybe they spawn out coming through for junk. But you're gonna get to this new hill first, and I think this is almost primarily a game of keep away. You want the time if you can get it, but that's almost secondary to just making sure Ultra do not get any at all. Of course, though, Ultra, they have a big lead. They have extra time to play with. That's why you're taking the absolute deep routes and really just turning heads. Too many directions to look, in a perfect break exactly when they needed. Beatdowns and rotations on point from Ultra. It's looking like their victory lap.
Yeah, they can win it here. I doubt they will over towards this P4 side. It's very difficult to hold some good time down, but things are looking nice and rosy. Vegas Legion will find a break, though. Off the back of a two-piece coming in from Nero, so maybe can they find something here? Just any sort of time will be good, but they really want to try and find a break with 15 seconds to go. Over towards the next hill. Setup already coming through from Ultra, and this is where they really put the dagger in. From that first set of rotations, there's just no way that Scrap should be winning that gunfight. But triple control now in for the side of Vegas Legion. Can they manage to find a break here? Nobody pushing through the red side. It's looking like it's going to be mid to try and find this break. The next going to try and hold it down, but time potentially enough here for Toronto Ultra. They can close it out with 20 seconds. Vegas Legion need to be pretty perfect. And Boy locking it down towards the backside. They've went hunting. Can they find him? Yes, they can. That's the second one done. Attach can find a kill over towards the side as well. It's only up to Kleenex. It's a nice break from Vegas Legion. 40 seconds on offer here. All of these points will find them passing the 200-point mark. And this is kind of a similar situation to what we had on Rio. A comeback from Vegas Legion started to come through, but is it too little too late?
Well, this is an interesting moment, too, because Attach is actually, he started taking routes towards the middle of the map, and Attach is going to pick up a big 2 kills. I was going to say, there's enough time. If Ultra got the break on this time, they could still win it on the junkyard, but that is so much trust coming through from Attach and the players on Vegas Legion. They know they have to make some exchanges if they want to get back in this game, and that 3v4 moment for that hold is maybe going to pay off. You got to swarm around the outskirts of the map on this rotation of P1, but again, it is Operation Keep Away. Kleenex inside of this new time as it pops. If you're Vegas, you got to get him out immediately. Geo and Nero are going to execute. Ultra still not collecting the time, still not getting the kills. You just got to wipe him out. And honestly, Vegas, they might be good to go.
210 is broken. Vegas Legion can technically win it here over towards P1, but kills starting to come through here for now for Toronto Ultra. That might be game. Geo will find his 5th, but he needs to find a few more. We'll find them on the Scrap eventually. 6 kills in a row. Cruise missile is there, but have you even got time to call it in? Geo just continues to do great work. It's a 7 spree from up top. Ultra still only 8 away. 25 seconds.
You might want
here at P1. They're starting to rotate. Ultra giving this up.
I was going to say, you might want to call in the Cruise just because they're not going to be fighting for that old time. If they're fighting for new, but it might be too little too late. It might be a gunny action that you have to deal with. And the Ultra players dancing around towards this new time. Attach, you just jumped on his head. And now you're taking a deep route. The Cruise is going to come through. It's a tight setup for Ultra over towards new. You find a single kill and you have the swarm. They can get this done.
They just managed to find a way through. How many crazy games have we had finish here over towards the Diner side? Nero and Purge have found the break. 12 seconds away now for Vegas Legion. Scrap will find one towards the backside. Toronto Ultra have got to get moving. Make it now 5. Attached with a big gunfight towards the backside. 2 players over the top of the dumpster. 3 seconds away for Legion. Contestion. Nero has to hold it down. Can't find anything. Geo's there to find it. Ultra now. 5 seconds away. Geo can't find a breakthrough. It's looking like Ultra are going to break their hearts. 1 second away. Contest comes through. Gunfight goes Ultra's way. Just about get the job done. Vegas Legion bring it all the way back. But Ultra don't look happy and relevant. They iced up when they needed.
Dude, that is like, I don't even know. What do you say about that pun? That is an absurdity. Here's the second look, and this is a system of everything going right. It's not just the kills. Look at where Scrap spawns on the map. He is so far away and out of the picture, but it is just the perfection of Ultra, I guess, of just enough contest time coming through. The back spawns that they're able to get, and right now Vegas just not able to keep them away. This might be a moment where you want these players to like get off time and kill these players before they make it. Nero instead elects to go from the wall bangs for some damage, but the players get grouped up together, and then the gunfights just end up going by way of Ultra. I mean, that's an absolute mix fest in that final moment, but I mean, we even talked about it on the reel. Like, when things get mixy in that moment, it is impossible to think clearly, to stay on top of the spawns, and really execute in those high intense moments. A team like Ultra, championship caliber, the comms as calm as they always are just so good at staying on top of the comms in those